Have you ever sat in silence, wondering if he feels your absence the way you feel his? Maybe he used to call. Maybe his eyes used to search for you in every room. But now, it's quiet. And yet, some part of you hopes he's missing you, craving your voice, replaying your laugh like a song stuck in his head. This video isn't about playing games. It's about unlocking the psychology of emotional connection. The unseen triggers that make a man not just think about you, but miss you deeply, so deeply, that even your silence speaks louder than any words ever could. Let's begin. Part 1. The Power of Absence, Scarcity Principle. Here's a psychological truth that most people overlook. We don't chase what's always there. We chase what we fear we're losing. The brain is wired to value scarcity. It's called the scarcity principle. When something feels limited, rare, or just out of reach, it becomes more desirable. And this applies to emotions too. When you're constantly available, constantly texting, calling, checking in, he knows where you are. There's no mystery, no emotional hunger. But the moment you step back, not with anger, not with drama, just calm distance, something powerful happens. His mind starts searching. Where is she? Why hasn't she reached out? Is she thinking about me or forgetting me? That uncertainty, it triggers dopamine in the brain, the same chemical tied to craving, wanting, desiring. It's not about manipulation. It's about allowing someone the space to fill your absence. Because sometimes, your silence teaches him more than your presence ever could. Part 2. Emotional imprints, not just physical presence. You don't need to be near someone for them to feel you. Some people leave, but their presence never really does. That's the power of an emotional imprint. A moment so real, so emotionally charged, that it gets burned into memory. It could be the way you looked at him during a quiet moment, the way you listened without judgment when he opened up, or the way your laughter made him feel lighter, even if he never told you. Psychology proves that the brain remembers emotions far longer than it remembers exact words or actions. That means he might forget the dinner dates, he might forget the texts, but he won't forget how you made him feel. Safe, wanted, alive. These feelings linger in the subconscious. They show up when he's alone, when a song plays and suddenly your face flashes in his mind, when he's around others but somehow no one compares. That's not just memory, that's emotional resonance, and it's the reason he can miss you, even if he doesn't understand why. Part 3. Strategic silence, the missing energy. Sometimes the loudest thing you can say is nothing at all. Silence isn't weakness. It's not giving up. It's power. In psychology, there's something called the Zeigarnik effect. It means that the brain holds on to unfinished emotional experiences more tightly than completed ones. So when you pull back, when you stop explaining yourself, when you stop chasing closure, his mind doesn't get to complete the story. Instead, it replays it again and again. Why did she stop reaching out? Did I matter to her at all? Is she gone or just waiting for me to realize what I lost? This kind of silence isn't empty. It's charged. It holds emotional weight. Because when someone goes quiet, but you still feel their energy, that's when the missing begins. That's when regret starts to whisper. And that's when your presence becomes more powerful in your absence than it ever was in your presence. Part 4. Mirror neurons and connection triggers. Human connection goes deeper than we think. It's not just emotional, it's biological. Inside every one of us, there's something called mirror neurons. Special brain cells that activate when we observe someone we're emotionally connected to. These neurons don't just see someone else's emotions, they feel them. That means when you were happy around him, he felt that joy too. When you looked at him with softness in your eyes, his brain mirrored that connection. And here's the twist. Even when you're no longer around, the brain still remembers and replays those emotional signals. It happens in quiet moments, when he's alone, driving, or lying in bed at night, and suddenly he feels something, a wave of warmth, a flicker of longing. That's you, not physically, but emotionally. His mind reactivates the emotional experiences you gave him, because your connection triggered a pattern in his brain. So even in your absence, you're still present, and the more powerful your emotional impact was, the deeper his missing becomes. Part 5. Build mystery and personal evolution. There's something undeniably attractive about mystery, not the kind that confuses people, but the kind that makes them wonder, what is she thinking? What is she doing now? Did she move on or level up? Psychology teaches us that people are drawn to growth. When you start evolving, emotionally, mentally, even spiritually, people feel that shift. And the truth is, men don't just miss the version of you they knew. They miss the possibility of who you're becoming without them. So instead of proving your worth, become it. Spend your time in silence building a life so rich, so full of joy and peace, that your glow becomes impossible to ignore. Post that photo with confidence, not to make him jealous, but because you feel that power inside. Chase your goals, not to show him what he lost, but to finally honor what you deserve. The more you become a mystery in motion, a woman who is changing, evolving, glowing, the more his mind becomes a prisoner of the question, did I lose something extraordinary? And when a man starts asking that question, that's when missing turns into longing. Bonus twist. It's not about manipulation, it's about value. Let's be clear, this isn't about playing games. It's not about mind tricks or making him suffer. It's about value, your value. When you know who you are, when you stop trying to convince someone to care, when you choose to walk with quiet strength instead of chasing empty words, that's when everything changes. Because men don't miss women who beg for love. They miss the ones who knew their worth and still gave them a chance. They miss the peace she brought, the softness in her voice, the way she made life feel less heavy just by being there. And when she's gone, not in anger, not in revenge, but in calm, confident silence, that's when it hits him. She wasn't just someone I liked, she was someone I needed. So don't chase his attention. Become the woman he can't forget, the one his heart remembers, long after the texts have stopped and long after the silence has settled. If you've ever felt the ache of missing someone, or wondered how to make a man truly miss you, not through games, but through real connection, then this video was made for you. Hit that like button if these psychological insights spoke to your heart. Subscribe now for more amazing facts about love, relationships, and the science behind attraction. And I want to hear from you. What's the most powerful way you've ever made someone miss you? Share your story in the comments below.